this is Gloria Capola from Massage Pro CE, and this is Massage School. I've created some video clips for you in order to help you master some of the techniques that maybe you've learned along the way but can't quite remember exactly how they were performed, or maybe you just need a different approach. So I hope you enjoyed these clips, and if you have any questions, please contact me, and I hope to see you at a continuing education class sometime in the future. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to Massage School here. Today we're going to address up in here in the anterior portion of the body, in the pecs, and we'll see where else we need to go with our particular client here today. I find often that in massage school, some of the regions that are avoided is, coming up through here, through the chest, and even the abdominal region, which are so important because most of your clients are going to have neck, shoulder, and back pain. And if you look at their posture, you're going to see they're kind of always running forward almost, or their shoulders might be rotated because maybe they're on computers all day, or maybe you're a massage therapist and you're leaning forward. So it's really important that we open this up and get this back, okay? Now if you're working with a woman, you're going to put a little drape obviously through here, tuck it up underneath the side so you can have access. But it's nice when we don't have to do that because then we get more space to work in. Okay. Now, sometimes therapists will say, but what if they got hair? Is it going to hurt? Now, you've had massage on your chest. Does it hurt when I go like that? Okay. Does it hurt when I go like that? How about that way? Does it feel like it's pulling?
No.
Okay. So just check with your client, and if they say no, guess what? You can get it in there and you can work. So one of the things I like to look at is the clavicle and the space from the clavicle to the neck and how contracted that might be and how much this might be pulling forward. So something easy that we can do with them, and they could even do on themselves at home, is take your fingers, just kind of hook around this clavicle right here. I want you to take your head to your left side. No, don't lift it up. I want you to just, wait a minute, he's anxious. He really wants this technique. I'm going to just gauge in here. I'm going to slightly push down, and I want you to either roll your head to the side first and see if you can get a stretch through here. So now you can do it. And you let me know if you feel any stretching taking place.
Right there.
Right there. So just hold it and breathe. So I've got a little bit of traction over here. And my client gets to do the rest of the work. And when it feels like it's released, see if you could take it further into that movement. Nice and slow. So a lot of times they'll feel this really deep in their cervical region. They'll feel it underneath maybe their clavicle. They might feel it into their levator scapular and their rhomboids. It's going to be different for everybody depending on what's happening in their body. Where are you noticing it?
Just in that area.
In that area,
Yeah.
okay. Now I want you to bring your head slowly back to center. I'm going to relieve this for a moment. Always make sure your client's moving slow when you do any types of stretching. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Start him back in neutral position, put my hands here. This time, I want you to take your ear to your shoulder as far as you can go comfortably without lifting your shoulder. Bring it down. Don't let them cheat. Yep, keep that shoulder down and just take it to where you can go. Don't lift that shoulder. I see you cheating. Okay, so you need to stop where you feel like you can't go any further. And what do you notice?
It's pulling in there.
It's pulling in there. Okay? So, when he was trying to lift this shoulder to get it to his ear, that's not what we want. We want them to relax that, and we just want them to try to bring that over to that region and see what they can do to get a stretch. So that's one nice thing that you could help engage actively with your client to get some of this open. And you can teach them to just go home, bring your fingers in here, they can pull it down, and we can move our own head and get that space to open up. Okay? Next, we're going to come into subclavian. Get myself a little bit of lotion here. We're just going to glide through this space right now. Doesn't feel too bad, huh? Maybe a little bit in there.
There.
Yeah. See, now I felt it as it was coming before my client actually feels it. So you want to start getting in tune with that so that you could actually feel where the tightness begins before they do their ouchies. That way you know that maybe you have to lighten up a little bit. So I'm actually in the intercostal space here, in between the ribs, going across the pec, coming up right next to the sternum, And I could do it standing, or I could do this from a seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. I could do it with my middle fingers, index fingers, and I could do it with my thumb. I change my angle, and I'm coming up on top of this rib here a little more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've been watching my videos along the way, you know that I've been teaching that don't just press down all the time. Engage your pads of your thumb in different angles so that you can get up under or on top of a space where all those tiny, tiny little fibers are hanging on, and see what you can release there. You won't have to press as hard. It's going to feel, a little more intense. Just take your time, check in with your client, and clear this space. Now, if people have thoracic outlet type of symptoms and or carpal tunnel, this is also going to help clear that out for what goes down the arm, because we have our brachial plexus coming through this region. And since so many people nowadays spend time on computers, this is an area that probably every single one of your clients is going to need at some point in time because of their posture all day long. I also take my forearm and move his arm up a little bit. I'm going to come through here and glide through. Okay with that? Right into the delt and the biceps. Right on down, all the way into the elbow. How's that feel?
Okay.
Okay, so again, I want to come right up here. I'm not on the sternum, but I'm next to it. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure to engage with the connective tissue. And I'm going to glide through this space and all the way down. And stop right by the elbow. Now, I could also have my client work along with me, and I could have them internally and externally rotate their shoulder while I'm gliding through here. So what I'd like you to do when I get into this region is move this whole capsule back and forth like this, okay? Whoa, nice little bone set. Okay, so let's do this again. Now you begin to rotate that shoulder joint. What are you noticing while we're doing this together? How does it change it from what I did before? Easier for you to receive the work?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the point of this, okay? So again, if we get our client engaged with the movement, it's easier for them to receive the work. I could also start to sink in a little bit more because he's got the control over it. Hurts less,
Oh, yeah.
and it's more efficient. Okay, you can stop. I'm going to rock him out a little bit. Bring some range of motion in here. Both directions a few times. Across the body, up, over. See what they can do with it, where they might be restricted, and then you can decide where you want to go from there.